Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite esthetician again. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amaka and today we're talking about keratosis pilaris, causes, treatment and prevention. If you're interested in this, please keep on watching. So what is keratosis pilaris? Keratosis usually relates to excess production of dead skin cells, and pilaris usually relates to your pores or your hair follicles. That's why when you hear pilosebaceous unit, it means the entire hair follicle, pores, and sebaceous glands region. So essentially, keratosis pilaris means excess production of skin cells or excess skin cells around the hair follicle, resulting in bumps. Like it looks like you have permanent goosebumps. So what's happening is, rather than your dead skin cells exfoliating or discommitting, what happens is that they form into a clog and block the hair follicle. So that's why you see all those bumps. The way to appear or the way to look will be dependent on your skin tone. For example, if you are lighter skin or you have Caucasian skin or you are Caucasian skinned, the hair follicle may appear red, like you see like red dots around the hair follicles. If you are darker or you have skin of color, it may appear like skin color to no color, or it may appear dark brown to dark. Now, if there's an inflammation happening inside the pores, for example, this keratosis pilaris, okay, let's call it KP, or chicken skin, as you guys call it. Let's call it KP, yes. If this KP sometimes may feel itchy because there's an inflammation happening inside the hair follicle. When that is happening, these bumps may be hyperpigmented, so they will appear like dark spots, and they can actually leave hyperpigmentation because of the inflammation. So if you have bumpy skin or goosebumpish looking skin and you're only looking dark, like dark spots, don't be worried. Don't feel like you have something different. It's still the same KP, but it may just look different depending on your skin tone or depending on whether or not there's an inflammation happening in the hair follicle as well. So this KP is a chronic skin condition, and there's a difference between chronic skin conditions and acute. Acute is usually immediate, sharp, very painful. Do you understand? Chronic skin conditions or chronic diseases stretch. Sometimes they stretch for a long time, for years, slow and steady. They will just be there in your life. You cannot get rid of them. You just have to manage them. Those are chronic skin conditions as opposed to acute that is immediate and very intense. So what that means for you is that if you're dealing with KP, you should be more concerned about managing it rather than treating it. There's no cure. It can just be managed. And for causes, honestly speaking, we don't really know what causes it, but we know that there's a high genetic component. So some people are just predisposed to it. Some people, it just runs in their family. So if your mother and your father, or your father has it, most likely you will have it, and they just keep passing it down from generation to generation. Also, it is a dry skin condition, so it's more prominent in people with dry skin, eczema prone skin, dehydrated skin. Also, it is more common or more aggressive in younger adults and adolescents. As you get older, this condition gets better. I won't say totally stops, but it's a lot more aggressive in people that are younger. Also, because it's a dry skin condition, it is worse in winter months or in climates that are dry. Now, it's not as bad in climates that are hot or during the summer months. It does not mean that you know experience it, because I know that I stay in Nigeria. Nigeria is, for the most part, hot and humid, and we experience it as well. It's just that it's usually a lot more intense for people that stay in drier and colder climates. So KP can show up in any part of the body, but usually it shows up around the arm, around the legs, around the thighs, especially back of your thighs and back of your legs. I won't say legs. Mine shows up around by the side of my knee. It's almost always there. I can manage it. Sometimes it can feel better, but most times I have it at the sides of my knee. So yeah, but it can show up anywhere. It's not really, I rarely see it on the face, but it still can show up on the face. I've explained that you can't treat keratosis pilaris, whatever. I said you cannot treat it, but you can manage it. And the best way to manage it is having a consistent routine that has your KP in mind. So because we now know the cause, we can understand how to manage it. Remember I said that it's a dry skin condition, and what happens is excess production of dead skin that has clogged the hair follicle. So what you want to do is moisturize your skin and exfoliate those dead skin that has clogged the hair follicle. Now this is very dicey because a lot of exfoliants are harsh and drying, so you have to always strike that balance. So the first thing is always use a gentle cleanser. Cleansers can make or break your routine, honestly speaking. So cleansers contain surfactants that can interfere with the lipids of our skin barrier. So if you use a harsh cleanser, and remember, dry skin usually have a compromised skin barrier. Like their lipids are usually not at 100. Now using a cleanser that will interfere with that will further dry out your skin, dehydrate your skin, and flare up this keratosis pilaris. So your cleanser should be gentle. And also drying out your skin can cause your skin to become scaly, and those scales are what clogs the hair follicles, leading to this keratosis pilaris. Secondly, you must always moisturize, preferably on damp skin, to lock in that moisture. I've said this in several videos. When you want to moisturize, especially if you have dry skin, eczema prone skin, keratosis pilaris, dry skin issues, always moisturize on damp skin. You want to trap in and prevent your skin from losing water. Now the third thing is treatment. For treating the bumps, all you need to do is get products that can break down those dead skin cells that are clogging the hair follicles. So you are looking for things called keratolytics. So keratolytics essentially break down dead skin. They break down keratin, and your dead skin cells are, made up of keratin or conify. Long story short, but break down your dead skin cells. So my top 3 ingredients for treating keratosis pilaris are salicylic acid, AHA, so your lactic, glycolic and mandelic acids, and urea. So salicylic acid, we all know, can get into the pores and decongest it. So by decongesting and breaking down those dead skin cells that clog the pores, it would help to treat those bumps. Also, salicylic acid is anti-inflammatory. So if there's any inflammation happening inside the hair follicle, it will also help to calm it down. But you should know that salicylic acid is drying. So if you are using a salicylic acid product, you want to ensure that your moisturization game is on point. You do not want to dry your skin out. Next, the alpha hydroxy acid. So you have your glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid. Get moisturizers that have these because they help break down the glue that bind these dead skin cells together, and they help to exfoliate the skin. Glycolic acid is a very good one. The molecules are small, so they get into the skin faster. Lactic acid is amazing because it exfoliates the skin and hydrates and moisturizes the skin at the same time. Also, you have urea, but you have to be detailed about the percentage because urea performs 2 functions in moisturizers or in skincare products depending on the percentage. So if it's below 10%, it functions as a humectant in moisturizer. If it's above 10%, then it functions as a keratolytic. So you want to get moisturizers that are above 10% if you are getting that moisturizer to address your keratosis pilaris. Do you understand? So summary, look for moisturizers that contain either salicylic acid, alpha hydroxy acid, so your glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, and moisturizers that have urea in high percentages. If you have KP on your face, you can opt for a salicylic acid wash or a salicylic acid toner and then moisturize your skin. So some amazing products that I know that contain these ingredients include CeraVe SA moisturizer, SA smoothing moisturizer. Lactin is a fantastic one. It contains 12% lactic acid. Remember I said lactic acid hydrates and moisturizes your skin. It also contains amazing emollient. That moisturizer, that lotion is amazing. There's also the Alpha Skincare 12% glycolic acid body moisturizer, fantastic as well. Then which other one do I know of for moisturizer? Eucerin also has amazing moisturizers that have 10% and above urea content. They're fantastic as well. For face washes that have salicylic acid, there are plenty. Zapzit, plenty in fact. As in that, I don't think you need me to recommend, but I'll try to list some products with 2% salicylic acid in the comment section. They can also help, especially if you have KP on your face. Remember to always use a sunscreen. First of all, whether or not you have KP, you have to be using sunscreen. But specifically, if you have KP and you're treating it, you have to be wearing sunscreens, because most of all these AHA lotions make you more vulnerable to the sun because they thin out the stratum corneum, they thin out those dead skin and exfoliate it. So your skin is now more vulnerable to the sun. So you have to be wearing sunscreen. Apply sunscreens on areas that are not covered. So your hands, your leg, any area that is exposed to the sun. After applying your moisturizer, please follow it up with a sunscreen. Lastly, avoid using really harsh scrubs. Using gentle scrubs on the body can be very helpful if you have Keratosis Pilaris. Don't use harsh scrubs. Don't use all those hard brushes. Don't use all those hard sponges. Don't overdo it. Just use a very gentle scrub over the areas that are affected. It can also help break down those dead skin cells. Even if you don't have a scrub, you can also use a face towel just very gently over the areas that are affected. In summary, if you want a Keratosis Pilaris routine, I can do that in the future, but for today I will just explain what you can do. Just get a very gentle cleanser, very gentle body wash. After having your bath, on a damp skin, apply a moisturizer keratolytic. So either they have salicylic acid, AHAs, or urea above 10%, or rather 10% and above. Anyway, thank you guys once again for watching. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye. Also, remember, if you have specific topics or specific issues or specific routines that you want me to address, please leave them in the comment section, and I would love to attend to them. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.